Hi, this is Gaurav Marya, Chairman of Franchise India. Are you looking to start your own franchise or buy yourself a new business? Before you do that, you need to understand what are the risks involved in starting a franchise. And that's very, very important. Franchise India over the years have helped millions of entrepreneurs in starting the right business. I should be honest, I've also seen a lot of failures. And I also realized that it's just not the brand selection alone which can go wrong. Sometimes people think just because they got the right brand, they're going to be successful in franchise. Answer is no. So you need to really understand the 5 big mistakes you can do. The first mistake is life of the opportunity. Which brand you're choosing should have a longevity to survive over the years. I'll tell you an example. When COVID happened, a lot of sanitization based franchise business models came. They looked very promising at that time because they were in demand, but I don't see any of them active today. So all these businesses packed up as the markets opened up post-COVID. So what business you're choosing, what is the life of that opportunity? But if you say buying a franchise for a school chain, that would exist for next 50 years or 100 years. So very carefully understand what business you're choosing, what is the life of that opportunity. Second is undercapitalization. 70% of all franchisees fail because they're undercapitalized. The reason is they don't predict what is the capital required to start that business. I have a 60-40 rule. 60% should be your capex and 40% you should have with you for your operating capital. If you don't have that kind of money available, you might not be able to sustain your business. Third, are you able to understand the gestation it requires to build that business to your peak performance, or I would say optimum performance? That's very, very important to understand what it takes to do that. For example, you start a dental clinic. It is going to take at least 1 year before you come down to a level where you're optimized, because you cannot just create demand by over marketing. It would take its own cycle to acquire subscribers. Same is with a lot of other healthcare businesses, same is with education businesses, which takes some time to come down to their performance level. It might be different in maybe a food business, which you can start with a bang and you can get maybe your first month itself start giving you some returns. So you need to be very, very careful when you're choosing what kind of gestation it can have. Then it can be selecting the wrong brand, which can be an issue, because if you might take a brand and you don't really go along with that brand, you don't have the same level of expectations, you don't get the same kind of support. So selection of a brand is like a marriage. Unless and until you find yourself extremely compatible with the brand, you should not go with it. And last is the biggest mistake I've seen some of the entrepreneurs do. They think that buying a franchise is actually only job to be done. It's actually not that. It's any other business. Any other business, if you would have started, it needs your time. It needs your involvement. Absentee franchisees fail. So if you are absent to your own business, you're never going to make it successful. So these are my 5 critical advices when you're choosing a franchise. Always look at this.